Okay. All right, guys. I've just come out from a freezing cold walk. It's absolutely freezing out there. We just did a keto video, just talking about my successes. So my whole face is still a bit numb from the walk. Ella enjoyed it. So just so you know, guys, Joe Sin's got me this book, sent it me. You can get it on Amazon, guys. I'll try and put the link in the description. But thank you so much, Joe Sins, for sending me. Joe from Rare Elvis Photos, my friend Joe. Thank you for sending me this book. It's very kind of you to give me this gift. And it looks brilliant. I've read the first 7 chapters. So thanks, Joe Sins, Rare Elvis Photos. Thank you, my friend. Right. If any of you want to purchase it, I'll put the link in the description. Okay, guys? So I think it's on Amazon, yeah, and probably other places. But we've already discussed this, but I wanted to discuss this live in case anyone wants to comment. And I wanted to read some comments as well. So first of all, I want to read off the post that we did this morning. So we've done this already on our video section. It's great news. We're all like, yes. You know, we were all worried. Weren't we worried that the Tupelo hardware store where Elvis bought his first guitar for his birthday with his mum, that the store would be closed down? And it seems, as long as this is genuine and not fake news, I think it is genuine. It seems like it's going to be saved. Tupelo coming to the rescue on it. So I think I've got the post. Let me just quickly, if I can just quickly read it. Let me just check that you guys can see it. I know I've already done this, guys, but I really wanted to do it live as well. Hi, Elizabeth. So I'm going to quickly read it off. So I've gone live so that we can interact on this topic. The city of Tupelo plans to buy Tupelo hardware. Love the city. See press release from the city below. Okay, so I hope this is genuine. I think it is. Yeah. Tupelo, the city of Tupelo has entered into an agreement with the Booth family to purchase Tupelo Hardware Company. The contract includes the purchase of the building 1 and 2. So it seems like there's 2 buildings, as well as a parking lot on Court Street directly behind the building 1. So the parking lot's behind building 1, yeah? So Tupelo Hardware Company is an important part of Tupelo's history, as said Major Todd Jordan. The opportunity, the Mayor Todd Jordan, so he's the mayor, isn't he? Yeah. We've seen this guy at Gracelands, haven't we? Mayor Todd Jordan. The opportunity to acquire these historic buildings ensures that Tupelo's history will continue to unfold, and the citizens and visitors from around the world will always be able to walk through the doors at 114 West Main Street. Tupelo Hardware Company, founded in 1926 by George H. Booth, is an integral part of Elvis Presley's Tupelo history, story, and is the primary point of origin for visitors to Tupelo, both domestically and internationally. The store is best known for selling his first guitar. It is the most authentic experience as it relates to Elvis in the city next to the Elvis Presley Birthplace Museum. This purchase offers us the tremendous opportunity to save a historic building in downtown Tupelo, but more importantly, it enables us to preserve a piece of American history and continue to share the story of Elvis' famous purchase with visitors to Tupelo, said Stephanie Coomer, Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau Executive Director. So I'm hoping this is genuine. You know, this is the real deal. Oh, yeah. George W. Booth. So let's we did a little post. Let's see if we can find it. If it lets me. Where are we? Come on. Let me X off it. Is it going to let me? Here we go. Right. So this morning I wanted to put a post together because it's pretty big news, isn't it, guys? This is like, as this has really concerned Elvis fans around the world. So I'm going to read it. I pieced this together for you. I want to get your comments on here. 1 second, guys. I tell you, I've been for a walk out with the dog and my whole face is numb. Where I was walking the dog. I enjoyed it. We saw the lovely Christmas decorations, but it's bloody cold. Yeah, Ella loved it. So I'd like to get your comments on here so that I can read this thing off. So defending. I am trying. At the moment, all my effort is on the Defending Elvis channel and on the Keto channel. Okay, hi Gio, how you going, mate? So I know a lot of you watch this through the night, guys. So thank you for watching. Okay, here goes. So Tupelo Hardware, the store where Elvis's story began and how it has been saved. There are places in the Elvis story that feel sacred, not because they are grand or glamorous, but because they mark the quiet, fragile beginnings of something that would change the world forever. The Tupelo Hardware store is one of those places. Sure is, guys. Now, the plan is to read this off and then read some comments to you. So Tupelo Hardware is one of those places. Long before the spotlight, before the stages, before the gold records and the legend, there was a small hardware store at 114 West Main Street in Tupelo, Mississippi, a place for nails, tools, work boots, and one very special guitar. A store rooted in history and family. Tupelo Hardware, founded in 1926 by George H. Booth, long before anyone knew the name of Elvis Presley. For nearly a century, the Booth family ran the store as a cornerstone of the community and serving generations of Tupelo families, farmers, builders, and tradesmen. This was just a business. It was a family legacy. Over the decades, the store barely changed. The wooden floors, the shelving, the counters, the atmosphere. Stepping inside felt like stepping back in time. That authenticity is exactly why Elvis fans from all over the world have made it a pilgrimage point for decades. The day everything changed, Elvis and his mother. Right, so the day everything changed, Elvis and his mother. In 1946, an 11-year-old boy named Elvis Presley walked into Tupelo Hardware with his mother's Gladys Presley. Elvis wanted a bicycle. Money was tight, painfully tight. Sure was, guys. Gladys gently steered her son towards something else, a guitar. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't expensive, but it was life-changing. Now, I've been told he wanted the gun. He wanted the rifle, didn't he? So let's keep going. But it was definitely life-changing. That moment, a mother encouraging her son, making a sacrifice she could barely afford. It is one of the most emotional and important moments in American music history. That guitar represents hope, love, poverty, belief, destiny, and all wrapped into one. I agree with that. Yeah. It is why Tupelo Hardware is often described as the most authentic Elvis experience in the city, second only to the birthplace itself. The last 40 to 50 years, a living memory. For the last 4 to 5 decades, Tupelo Hardware has been much more than a shop. It became a living time capsule, a place where Elvis fans could stand, where Elvis stood. A direct physical connection to the boy before the king. Wouldn't we all love to stand there, guys? Fans from the UK, Europe, Japan, Australia, beyond have walked through those doors, often overwhelmed with emotion, and have said it felt more real than any museum because it wasn't staged, it was real. And this is the standout thing, isn't it, guys? That you are standing where Elvis stood with his mum, yeah? And nothing has changed. So So there was shock, there was worry, there was an outcry by the fans when the world was told that it's going to be shut down. So when news broke that the Booth family were retiring and that the historic downtown store would close, the reaction from Elvis fans was immediate and emotional. It sure was, guys. People were shocked, they were heartbroken, they were worried it would be lost forever, of course. There was a genuine fear that the building could be sold, altered, or turned into something with no connection to Elvis at all. Fans voiced their concerns across social media, forums, fan pages, pleading for the site to be preserved. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it, guys? For many, losing Tupelo Harbor had felt like losing one of the last untouched pieces of Elvis's origins and his story. I agree with that, guys. It would be a travesty, wouldn't it? So we have a bit of hope. The city of Tupelo steps in, and then the press released and confirmed what many fans have been wishing for. Now, I don't know if this is 100% definite. I'm hoping this is, okay? The city of Tupelo has entered into an agreement with the Booth family to purchase Tupelo hardware, including the historic building and the parking lot behind it. The mayor, Todd Jordan, described Tupelo hardware as an important part of Tupelo's history and stated that the opportunity to acquire the building ensures that citizens and visitors from around the world will always be able to walk through the doors at 114 West Main Street. So we're happy. Yeah, we're happy, guys. The Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau also emphasized that the Tupelo hardware is a primary point of origin for visitors, calling it the most authentic Elvis experience in the city next to Elvis Presley's birthplace and museum. I think I agree with that because it's as it was, isn't it? Yeah, unchanged. So the fans are relieved. There's a sense of peace that's come over the fans. Right, it's going to be okay. It's going to be saved. Yeah, Elvis fans, this announcement brought emotional relief. It sure did. While final plans have yet been fully announced, everything about the decision points towards preservation, not erasure. The overwhelming feeling now is gratitude that Tupelo understands the responsibility it carries, not just to own its history, but to music history and Elvis's legacy. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Whether the building becomes a living museum, an interpretive heritage experience, my guess is that it will be a museum. Yeah. And they're not going to change anything. Yeah. I don't think it's going to run as a store anymore. I've got a feeling that will happen at the other site, because there's another site, isn't there? Or carefully preserved historic site. The most important thing is this: it will not be lost. It will not be lost. I agree with that. Why this matters? Tupelo hardware reminds us that Elvis did not begin with fame. He began with a mother's love, a small guitar, a humble store. Saving this building means saving the human side of Elvis. Hi, Lorna. The boy, the family, the struggle, and the hope. And today, Elvis fans around the world can breathe a little easier knowing that the place where the story truly began will continue to stand. Yes! So, a victory. A victory for Elvis, a victory for Elvis fans, a victory for Elvis history. So what I'm going to do, guys, I thought what we could do is find the post, okay? And read the comments and what the fans have said. So hi, Gio and Elizabeth. Right. Let's see if we can find the post. So I do have the post. Debbie Mills sent it me as well. Elaine sent it me. But a few of you have sent it me. So let's have a look if we can find... I want to find the post that has got a lot of comments on it. I wonder if it's this one. Let's just have a look, guys. So I thought what we could do is read the comments. So I think this is it. We'll try it, yeah? So here we are, Gay. Let's hope it's left as authentic as possible. No fancy upgrades. I've always loved the smell of the place. Right, well, obviously Gay's been there. So, you know, obviously if it's going to be a museum, they will have to make it safe and health and safety, and they'll have to protect the floors and stuff, you know, things, not to touch things. So then we've got Melissa, who says, I moved here and didn't want to see the historic place be gone. I hope that to preserve it and, of course, make it part of a tourist attraction that it already is, it can also help the city with revenue and souvenirs to help pay for maintenance, etc. Okay, let's keep going. So I hope they leave the hardware, fixtures, and the merchandise so visitors can tour it the way it's always been. Yeah. Let's have a look. One of the smartest decisions ever made. They need to also purchase the furniture, the shelving, the displays, and some of the inventory as well, so to keep it authentic for the visitors. I mean, I would have thought, of course they have. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, does it, to not do that? But I hope they have. I would have thought definitely. They should also work with the Booth family to be able to sell Tupelo hardware, merchandise, visitors. This is truly great news, and it's making me feel like it's Christmas morning already. I love New York, and the news. I live in New York, and the news of Tupelo hardware absolutely crushed me. Good job, Tupelo. Right. So I would actually, if they carried on trading, that would be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great if they carried on trading? So hi Pat, how are you? Right, let's keep going. So Alda says, great, Tupelo. So then we've got Nita. I am so happy to see that not only my hometown is carrying on history of the hardware store, but also the memory of our beloved Elvis. I'm proud to say I was born and raised in this beautiful town. Thanks, Nita. So you got May, so pleased. Then you got Jim. Huge sigh of relief. Yeah, I think people are relieved, aren't they? So you've got awesome from Linda. You've got Kerry, well done, Tupelo. Judith, good deal, Tupelo preserving history. We've got Jim, great news. There we go. So we've got Judy, love this as long as it continues to be part of our history and community. So best news from Linda, great news from Betty. I love this, a very smart move from Tupelo. Yay from Terry, great news. So everyone's happy, guys, isn't they? As they say, a sigh of relief. A sigh of relief. Loads of comments, in it. I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised. I don't see. I never thought for a second that they were going to break it up and sell it off in pieces. I never thought that. To me, the obvious move was that Tupelo was going to preserve it as a living museum. Come on, it is, and it's a massive attraction for Tupelo, isn't it? Yeah, they're going to get tens of thousands of visitors. So let's have a look. So what does this say? Tommy says, couldn't we just use the remaining good brinks and make miniature model that people can look at instead of using our tax? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go with that. So let's have a look. Okay. Right. So what I wanted to do is just go to Defending Elvis's YouTube channel to see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, let's make sure you can see what I can see. Let's go to my content if we can do it. It's gonna let me. Let's just try it a different way. Okay, here we are. Let's get my earphones on. Let's see if we can So basically this morning, guys, I did a video. Here we go. His primary point of origin. So this was early this morning. Let's have a look. We've had, oh, that's good. We've had quite a few views. Well, I think we've had about 150 views. Let's see what the comments are from you guys. Carolyn, I am so relieved that the historic, precious place is being preserved. I've not had the chance to visit it yet, and know it will be an overwhelming, beautiful experience to stand in the very spot where it all began for our precious Elvis. Thank you so much for letting us know, Louis. Yay! So Billy, thank you for the coffee, my friend. Billy got me a coffee. And welcome to the new members. Please like and subscribe, guys. So Joanne said, oh, that's wonderful news about the historic store. It sure is. Elaine, who has been there recently and has sent me a video of being there. Let's have a look. Tupelo is a lovely place to visit. It sure is. We're envious of you, Elaine. So Larry, the First Assembly of God Church in Tupelo, Mississippi should be sanctioned as a historical place. EP, at the age of 11, he gave his heart to Jesus and saved. And it hadn't happened to EP's history would be totally different. I agree. Elvis being a Christian, made him, didn't it? Right, so let's have a little look. Let me just put Tupelo hardware store and just see what comes up. Bing! Right. Should we have a little listen to this?
All right.
My name's Howard, and I want to welcome y'all to Tupelo Hardware. We're an old hardware store that's been in business since 1926. We're third generation owned, and George Booth is the current owner and president of Tupelo Hardware. We're famous for a lot of things, and one of them is selling Elvis Presley his very first guitar. Elvis came in our store in 1945. Elvis was 10 years old, came in with his mother Gladys, and they came in to buy Elvis a bicycle. When they came in the store, they came in through that front door right there where that man's walking out. And when they came in the store, they walked on this exact same floor. And Elvis stopped.
Well, I see an X right there.
Right, he stopped right in front of this counter.
So here is the X, guys. Here is the X. Let's listen to the gentleman talking. I'm going to have to stop and start, otherwise YouTube will tell me off. But let's keep going.
The reason Elvis stopped in front of the counter was because Elvis spotted a .22 rifle hanging on that wall where that poster is up at the top. And Elvis decided that he wanted the rifle instead of the bicycle. Well,
you think about it, guys. How many times has this gentleman told this story? Yeah, it's like there must have been tens of thousands of people that have walked into this store to hear this story.
His mother said, no, absolutely not. No, you're not going to have the rifle. So little Elvis kind of got upset and started pouting and crying a little bit. Well, there was a man standing back here where I am right now, and his name was Forrest Bobo. Mr. Bobo.
Remember the name, Forrest Bobo.
Bobo was a longtime employee of Tupelo Hardware, and Mr. Bobo also was a personal friend of the Presley family.
So what I do, guys, I look behind this. I'm looking at the shelves. I'm looking at what they're selling, like Twinkle. And I said this in part 1 this morning. How many of you have got strong memories of your hardware store, your local hardware store? I definitely do. We had 3 very good hardware stores in my hometown, Weston-super-Mare, near Bristol, yeah? And I remember the way the guys were dressed. They would wear their brown long jackets, coats, whatever. And I remember their faces. I remember how friendly they were, how helpful they were. We miss these stores, and they didn't just sell hardware goods, did they? They sold a bit of everything. Literally, if you wanted it, even if you look now in this view that we're looking at now, you've even got cuddly toys, guys. These stores were the hub of the town.
So Mr. Bobo was trying to think of something to calm Elvis down. Well, there just happened to be a guitar on the top shelf on this showcase.
Now, did they always sell guitars back then in hardware stores?
They kept maybe 1 or 2 guitars in stock back then.
So just reading Larry's comment, I'm glad they're saving the store for future and current fans. I remember walking the old oak floors and the creaking sound they made. Memories like family is forever. So guys, do you remember your local hardware store? Do you remember the people that served you?
But Mr. Bobo opened the door, he reached in and he pulled the guitar out of this showcase, the same showcase. Same door, same floor, same showcase. So he pulled the guitar out, he handed it to Elvis, who was standing right in front of the counter, and he told Elvis to try the guitar. And so Elvis had never had a guitar in his hands ever, and so he reluctantly took the guitar and played with it. And so his mother looked at it, Elvis's mother looked at him and said, Elvis, I'll buy you the guitar if you'll take the guitar. So Elvis played with it for another minute or so, and he turned to his mother and said, yes ma'am, I'll take the guitar.
Yes, ma'am, I'll take the guitar. Could you imagine that moment? But he wanted a rifle, didn't he? Brilliant, I just love it.
Do you know how much they paid for the guitar?
$7.59.
Was that a lot of money?
That was a lot of money back then, yes. This would have been, like I say, 1940.
Plus taxes. See, the other day, it was $7.75 plus taxes. So
45. And this area was a poor part,
right.
of the state. And but backing up to, he said I'll take the guitar. I always like to tell people when they come in here that actually Elvis turned to his mother and he said, "That's all right, Mama. That's all right with me," which he didn't say that.
Right.
That's all right, Mama. That's all right with me.
But he did sing that song later. But the true fact is that Gladys didn't say that, but the true fact is that musical history, we think that musical history was made right at that spot.
Oh, it definitely was. Yeah, it definitely was. I want to stand on that creaky floor, Larry.
I like to think of the birthplace as being the cradle of rock and roll. And I like to think of Tupelo hardware as jump-starting rock and roll at a young age, because Elvis did grow up to be the king of rock and roll.
Right.
Make no mistake.
He sure did. Make no mistake.
Well, what would happen if they never bought the guitar in here? What do you think?
There's no telling. I mean, if he'd have bought the rifle, he probably could have been a famous hunter or something like that. Or if he'd have bought the bicycle, he could have been a Lance
Armstrong?
Lance Armstrong, yeah. But we're thankful that he did buy the guitar, and it sure changed the world. I can tell you that. There was nobody before Elvis, and there's been nobody after Elvis.
Well, that's certainly. Now I heard a story that Joe Perry.
I love that. There was nobody before Elvis, and there was nobody after Elvis. Yes, come on.
From Aerosmith came in here?
He did.
You know the story behind that?
He sure did. Joe Perry, this is a picture right here. They were doing a concert over here at our Bancourt South Arena.
Right.
And their bus stopped across the street, and so they stopped the bus, and about 3 or 4 guys ran across the street, and one of them being Joe Perry. And Joe Perry, when he walked in the door, he looked at me and he said, "I want to buy a guitar from where the king of rock."
Did you actually talk to Joe Perry?
I did. I waited on Joe Perry.
Did you know who he was right away?
I did, because I just knew it because they were in town.
Right.
And so he said, "I want to buy a guitar from where the king of rock and roll bought his first guitar." And I said, "We can handle that for you." So we walked around the store, and I went over and showed him the guitars, and he selected that Sunburst guitar right there. It's an acoustic. It's a $129 guitar.
Right.
But he wanted to buy it to put in his all Elvis room up in just outside Boston.
Right.
So that was his reason. That night at the concert.
What a great story. What a great story. Is he going to say now that he played it at the concert?
Steven Tyler read Mr. Bobo's letter. And this is Mr. Bobo's letter talking about selling Elvis the guitar. And Steven Tyler read this letter to the 8,500 people that were in our Coliseum that night for the concert. And they said you could have heard a pin drop when Steven was reading this. And then Joe Perry stepped forward, and he lifted up his guitar, and he says, and I bought a guitar at Tupelo Hardware from where the king of rock and roll bought his first guitar. And they said the roof almost blew off.
What date was the
Love it. Absolutely love it. What a great story.
cast when they were here?
Let's see. Let's see here. It was March the 24th, 2004.
So it really wasn't that long ago.
No.
I was thinking maybe it was back in the 80s or something.
No, it was actually the day before that, because that was what was in the picture.
So I wonder when this was filmed. Let's have a look. How old is this? So guys, this is on Rock and Roll Music. 14 years ago. My God, I didn't realize. Please subscribe. Let's give them a like. Let's give them a little comment. 14 years ago. The last comment was 6 years ago. This is great. Thank you. 14 years ago, guys. And the last comment was 6 years ago. I'm surprised at the last comment they had. So the guy, someone knows his name. Howard is an amazing man. Not only did he take the time to tell us Elvis' story, he even offered to film me and my pal, and he did for us a really genuine human. All right, so the person who has done this film is on here, called Tex Nichols, the guy who did this film. I wonder if he did it for his own channel. No, he's not a channel, he's just a visitor. Wow. Should we check the other comments? So basically that guy is called Howard. Let's have a look. When I make it to Tupelo, I'm coming to the hardware store. Brilliant. So here, I met him in May 2011. The same story. He's a nice... I've bought a guitar there. Chapman, Tracy Chapman. That reminds... I'm sure that's a singer's name. Let's have a look. Really interesting. The most famous Elvis Presley impersonator had been in there and bought a guitar. Which one's that? Kevin Curtis. Really interesting. Brilliant, guys. Love it. Let's just play a few more minutes. Hang on a minute. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll see if we can find... I saw a reenactment of it the other day. Let's have a look. What is this? Hardware store where the first guitar was bought.
This is the hardware store where Elvis bought his first guitar, Tupelo, Mississippi. So this is the spot where he stood, right?
He was in. As far as we know, he was in.
This is the owner. I'm taking a video. The owner and his grandfather. It's the one that sold Elvis's first guitar.
Y'all have a good day. Come back to see us.
Well, we will someday.
Someday. Where y'all from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Yes. I was from
This is
Ireland.
grandfather, Bobo.
You got some great tailors.
Always wanted to buy a gun.
We like to travel.
Third generation.
All it is except for the weather. It rains.
Fascinating. I find it fascinating, guys. I'd love to go. Look, there he is there as well. Look, they're doing a reenactment. Let's play the reenactment, guys.
Look around, Elvis, and see if you can find something you might like for your birthday present. How about the bicycle?
Hey, Gladys and Elvis, how are y'all doing today?
Good morning, we're doing great.
How's old Vernon today?
Oh, he's doing
Out in the garden, I'm sure.
Yes.
What you doing, Elvis?
We're looking for my birthday present.
A birthday present. Well, that's great. When's your birthday?
Well, it's 2 days from now.
Okay, well, good. That's good to get out and to find you a gift like that. Well, we've got a lot of things in here, and if y'all just want to just look around, you're certainly welcome to do that. And I'll get back with you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now the bicycle's nice. How about that?
I want a rifle.
Elvis, a rifle is too dangerous. I'm afraid you might get hurt.
Imagine if he did buy the rifle, guys. Imagine.
But Mama, I can go hunting and shoot at tin cans on the fence post.
Elvis, I've already told you, a rifle is too dangerous for a little boy your age. I'm afraid you could get hurt.
But Mama, I want a rifle.
Gladys, let me show Elvis something here. What do you think about his guitar, Elvis? Have a seat over here and try to
The moment history was changed.
strum that guitar a little bit. What do you think? I think that's a great gift.
How about that?
Are you sure? Are you sure you want a guitar?
That's all right, Mama. That's all right with me.
That's you do it well.
Brilliant. Funny, because my mum bought me a guitar when I was that age. I did actually play the guitar when I was little. I had guitar lessons at school as well. I went on to play the bass as well. Okay, guys, I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it too. So I'm gonna go make dinner for the kids. I am so glad. I'm so pleased that it seems that it will be preserved. It will be saved. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a living museum, memorial. Of course, a very special place. We need it to be preserved, don't we? So great news. I'm going to end on a high because that reenactment was lovely. Take care, guys. Gotta go. I'm off to cook dinner. Love you all.